Hi public speaking class, this is Crystal White, your instructor. I thought I would make a quick welcome video to let you guys know just some general Q&A, maybe some technology requirements. So first of all, welcome. I have my notes here, so bear with me, I'll try to make it quick. I have several questions that students have asked me over the semesters, and I'm just going to read out the question and maybe answer that for you so you can better understand maybe how this class will work. I know there are tons of questions about online public speaking versus face-to-face public speaking. I am actually a fan of online public speaking, and before I started teaching it, I did not ever think I would say that. But it's not that hard, and let me just read out a few, and I think you'll kind of get the gist of it. So, question, how do I take an online public speaking class? Do I still need to give speeches? Absolutely, you still need to give speeches. The audience is just going to be a little bit different as compared to a face-to-face class. So students will work independently online, not in groups of course, and you are responsible for securing 3 people to be in your audience, and you're going to have the camera offset so that you are still speaking to the camera like I'm speaking to you right now, but and often it's better to have it maybe behind your audience, so that your 3 audience members, and you must have 3 at least, you can have more if you'd like, so that you are speaking to your audience as well as speaking to the camera. More about that later, so don't get too confused about that. I have very detailed instructions later in Module 1. Okay, so next question, how many speeches do we give? Around 4. If you want to count the introductory speech. So 4 speeches in all, that's not too bad, right? And they're mini speeches. Each speech has a different time requirement. The last one is the longest, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Will I need the Respond Us Lockdown browser for this class? No, not for public speaking. You will not. So that's one thing you do not have to worry about. Question, I am extremely afraid of public speaking. Won't this be easier for me since we are taking it online? Not necessarily. If you are good in front of a camera, hey, it might be, but honestly, some people are compounded by the whole idea of it's not just a few people in class. Now, you know, anybody that wants to can see me on camera. Let me just say, face-to-face environments tend to be a little less stressful if you experience a lot of anxiety. However, I will assure you I will not be sharing your video of your speech. I have way too many things to do on my list. So, and the students will not, of course. We have privacy requirements in this class, so that's one thing you do not have to worry about. Everybody's going to look a little funny on the video. I'm sure I look a little funny right now. That's just how the camera works. So, let's talk about this. The class is not difficult, but setting up the extra technology requirement can be just a little bit tedious if you're not familiar with a YouTube account or how to post videos to YouTube. Definitely you can do it. You just need to look up videos on how to do it. I've posted under week 1 and week 2. I've posted some guidelines, where to start, you know, how to set it up, and just different tips. So I promise you it's not as bad as it sounds, but just know, just like any class, there's work involved. Okay. Question, I don't have my own computer or internet. Will this work for me? We really recommend a home computer with internet for this class. Just like any other class, let's say if you were to sign up for a PE class, you might have the requirement of a yoga mat. All right, that's what you need. So this class is an online public speaking class. So really one of the requirements is that you have at home computer. It could be laptop, it could be desktop, whatever, and internet. So it doesn't matter laptop or desktop, but you really do need access at home. Now, if you are watching this and you are freaking out on me and you're saying, Miss White, something happened to my internet, it's still doable. Just know you'll have to put in extra hours. You might have to come to campus ahead of time. You'll have to bring your headphones while you're watching videos so you're not disrupting people in the library. There are just extra accommodations you might have to make. There's also a public library. You can use the public library as your last resort. I always say use Sampson Community College. Some people in the past have asked me, can I video in one of the back study rooms of the college? I think you can. As far as I know, you can. I would definitely, if you think that's something that you would be interested in, if you don't feel like your home is quiet enough or a really good location to film, feel free to call the library and they will let you know. Next question. Let's see. I have a speech impairment and or a strong accent. How will that work in public speaking class? Well, just like face-to-face public speaking, I am not here to critique you in that way whatsoever. I am just going to pay attention to what you say and to your body language. Of course, if you feel like you need the special accommodations, disability accommodations, we do have a coordinator. So you need to contact the student services staff. They can help you. They can help you decide what's best for you, face-to-face or online. I've had different students with speech impairments and they've gotten along just fine. I do not grade you on that, I promise. Going back to the strong accent though, just a little personal tidbit about me. I was raised in Sampson County. As you can tell, I have a very strong Southern accent, and the first year I went to a 4-year institution, I took a public speaking class. I was scared to death. I was really scared that my instructor was going to dock points because my accent sounded informal, or that my fellow students, my peers would laugh at me. That's not the case. We all have an accent, and everyone has an accent no matter where you go. You can go up north and you have northern accents. We always like to make fun of the Bostonian accent. So I realized myself after a while that my accent is a part of who I am. It's a part of my identity. I suggest you embrace it. No judgments here. So I like to say that we are accent snob free. Accent snob free here. So anyway, if you have any questions about that, or you are worried about the way you sound in any way, please do not contact me. We'll talk through the anxiety, and as you can tell, I've not let this one hold me back. Next question. That might be it. I think the last question has to do with technology requirements. Okay, so you will be completing the speeches and presentations virtually. So you will be required to record your presentation, upload it for me, the instructor, and your fellow classmates to view. If you are not comfortable with being critiqued, you need to start being comfortable with it, because that is how we learn in life. Don't take it personally. If someone critiques you and says something about maybe you stopped short, or you shouldn't have said bye guys, because that's definitely not how we want to end a speech. We're not YouTube videos here. We're not YouTubers. Don't take it personally. Just say, okay, well, they're right. I shouldn't have said bye, and so just omit it next time. Start over again, or with your next speech. Just don't include that. So don't take it personally. You, of course, are responsible for securing an audience, so make sure you do that as well. I would go ahead and start talking right now to the people that you feel most comfortable with. It could be your friends, could be your family members, whatever. I've had the whole gamut. Just make sure they're actual people. I've had pets and I've had mannequins before. Trust me, I know the difference. Don't try it. All right, in your videos, you will always need to do the following. You need to make sure that if you are recording with a cell phone, which is what most people do, that it is stabilized. You can use like somewhat of a secure tripod. They make the ones with the swivel necks now. You can order them on Amazon, less than $10. Feel free to grab one of those, or you can do what I've done in a pinch and stack a bunch of books up and sit it on top. So whatever works for you. Next thing you need to do, always check the audio of your recording device prior to the recording. I've had to take points off before on several students' speeches, and I hate to do that because of the sound quality. So I really hate to do that. Make sure you check your sound. Also, a required speaking time will be assigned for all the speeches. That's where rehearsal is key. If you do not rehearse, you have no idea. You might think, hey, I can speak for 4 minutes, and then it turns out to. So rehearse a lot. Make sure you know how fast you speak. Sometimes we have to slow ourselves down. If we get excited, especially if our blood pressure goes up, and when we get very nervous about our speech, we may start speaking fast. So appropriate language. Of course, this goes without saying. I think you guys know you need to be professional at all times and make sure that you are not using bad language or bad inferences. Just be professional. And all videos must remain available throughout the entire semester. So you will be reflecting back at the end of the semester on your presentations, and you'll be talking about the critiques that you received. So you cannot delete any videos that you create for this course until the course is over. Students must have a repository to post their videos. This goes back to the whole idea of YouTube. You can use OneDrive, and there are several issues with that. But let me suggest YouTube. That's what I use when I make these little informal lecture videos that I make. So YouTube is pretty good in my opinion. And you'll find a bunch of videos on YouTube about how to create an account, how to post a video, blah, blah, blah. So there is a writing component to this course. You will be creating and writing speeches. You'll be completing speech outlines, so make sure you do know that. When I say you need to write in MLA format, you might need a little refresher. If you Google 3 words, MLA, Purdue, OWL, OWL, Online Writing Lab, that's what it stands for. So if you will Google that, the first link that pops up is going to be your MLA Bible. So any question you have about MLA, you can refer to that website, and it will basically give you guidelines, examples, whatever you need to get you through MLA format. So I also teach English class, so you might have heard me in the past lecture about MLA format. Okay. I think that is pretty much it. So if right now you're watching this video and you're saying, Miss White, I thought you said it was short. I'm sorry, it's the longest video I will post this entire semester. So first thing you want to do, get online, get on the course, take the MOCA, the enrollment quiz. You want to do that first thing. Hopefully you've already done that if you're watching this video. Next thing you want to do is just start reading. Start at the introduction. You read everything I've posted. Any video that I post, please make sure that you watch that video. Usually there are little components of each video. Sometimes I might include in a quiz, so make sure that you are reading and you are watching those videos. But anyway, I am through. I look forward to a great semester, and if, like I said, if you have any questions whatsoever, my door is a revolving door. Feel free to come see me. My office is 232A in the North Building, so you can reach me best by email, and I look forward to meeting all of you. Bye.